Welcome to Flip Math Lesson 21 for the 5th grade. Today we're going to look at another type of word problem known as equal group word problems. And so of course we're going to get a new formula to help us solve this type of word problem. Our example on the board says, at Juniper Middle School there are 3 classes of 6th graders. There are 25 students in each class. How many total 6th graders are in Juniper Middle School? So we have a group of information and we have a new formula in front of us to help us understand this. Our new formula is the number in each group times the number of groups equals a total, or n times g equals t. And so we can start looking at the information in this problem. Our problem gives us this information that there are 3 classes. And so we look at our 3 ideas: number in each group, number of groups, or total. And of course that 3 tells us the number of groups. A class is a group, so there are 3 groups in this case. The next number we see in our problem is 25 students, and then we want to look at this last detail: in each class. And so, is that the total? Nope, it is the number in each group. And so our 25 represents the number in each group. And so as we finish step 1 of this problem, we see that our equation is going to be 25 times 3 equals t. And so we want to remember to set up our equation first when working with word problems. And then of course step 2 says we can solve this problem. And we're going to take 25 times 3. And so I'm going to write this over here. Easier to see. 3 times 5 is 15. 5 goes down, 1 goes up. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And so we have an answer of t equals 75. And of course we're going to put a label of 6th graders, since that's what the problem was asking for. 75 6th graders. And we can go back and check this work by plugging our 75 into this t and knowing it. And we could also rearrange some things and see if 75 divided by 3 or 75 divided by 25 gives us one of these other numbers. And of course it would, as we have done our problem correctly. Let's try another one. Example number 2 says the captain of the football squad separated his team into 6 groups. If there are 48 players on the team, how many players are in each group? So we're looking to solve step 1, which would be, what is the equation? We understand that's looking for groups, and so we want to know this idea. First of all, we see very easily that there's a total of 48 players, and so we can plug that information in rather quickly, and knowing that we're looking for something to equal 48. The second number we have is 6 groups. And that's going to stand for our G here, knowing that we have the number of groups, says there are 6, very clearly. And so our equation for this problem is n times 6 equals 48. Step 1. Step 2, we need to rearrange this so that we can properly do one of these problems. And to rearrange this, we need to think about our fact families that we've been working with, understanding that n times 6 equals 48, which means this is our product here of this multiplication problem, which means that our product divided by 6, one of our factors, is going to give us our other factor. And so 48 divided by 6 is going to give us the answer to this problem. And so I'm going to write this over here. 6 goes into 4 0 times. 6 goes into 48 8 times. 8 times 6 is 48. And of course, nothing is remainder. And so in the end, n equals 8. And we're going to talk about 8 players in each group. And step 3 then would be to go over and check it. And so we could take this 8 and we could plug it in for the n right here. 8 times 6 equals 48. And so we know our answer is correct. And so we have our new equation, our new idea, working with equal groups. N times G equals T. And I'll leave you with one more sample problem, and you can work on that to check your understanding of this new formula. That is it for lesson 21.